What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Box Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. Speaking on Keith Thurman, saying I would like to see him fight Jessie Vargas in his return fight. We ain't heard too much from Keith Thurman. You know, we ain't heard about him tuning up. We ain't heard about no upcoming fights. We ain't heard about his elbow. He spit his two-piece on Terrence Crawford. He say something on the radio show. Hopefully he's getting closer and closer with the rehab with the elbow. You know, I think if this thing carries out into the middle of the summer, or, you know, to the middle of summer, a little bit past that, I think it's time to strip him. Because if he fights only one time again this year, I think it's crazy because he has two mandatories. The WBA, who like it may be Lucas Matisse now, and Lamont Peterson gave up his belt to fight Earl Spence, and then whoever's the WBC mandatory, which is Sean Porter, by the way. You know, and it looked like, man, he's trying to stay under the radar and not fight. I don't really think this guy want to compete, but we'll see. We want him to come back in the first quarter. That's his targeted date, to come back in the first quarter of 2018. February, March, January seems to be out of the scenario because he hasn't announced the date yet. And Showtime has several dates in February, including Lamont Peterson, Earl Spence, and then the next weekend to be Adonis Stevenson and Badou Jack. Also, they got February 10th for Mikey Garcia and Sergey Lipinets. And I think they got February 17th as well with another fight. I don't know where he get in and fit in. He might have to come back in March. But if it starts to slide into the spring, April, May, into the summer, he still ain't fought, I'm down the strip Keith Thurman, man. I ain't got time for it, man. You know, let these belts go. Let Earl Spence get the belts and let him work his way back up the way he wants to on his timetable to get his elbow together. Because I ain't got time for it, man. And if he comes back in March, April, you know, somewhere in there, February, you know, I think January and February is pretty much out the equation. At least the beginning of February. Have this guy fight Jessie Vargas. Have a guy that's ranked high in the WBC. I think he's top 5, 6, 7 in the WBC. A guy that people know. A guy who's been off for a long time, who just had his tune-up fight as well. And, you know, have him fight somebody like that. I fear it's going to be a guy like potentially Ray Robinson. He's a guy who's been, you know, vying for opportunity. I think he works with Al Heyman. He's been set to appear on Bounce TV. He apparently, according to himself, beat Terrence Crawford in an amateur tournament, I think for the title. And one of them says he outboxed Danny Garcia. Been calling Danny Garcia. Say outboxed him in sparring and gave Danny that work. And you know, I think it's a guy like that, man. You know, I don't know too many other guys that's, you know, that's up there. You know, Sammy Vargas is still pretty high in still in the top 15, but he's trying to bounce back. You know, will Felix Diaz step in after getting beat down by Terrence Crawford? I doubt it. Adrian Broner's not a guy that's going to step up in competition like that. You know, Constantine Poulmarv, whatever that guy's name is, he ain't trying to fight nobody. Carlos Ocampo is the mandatory for Earl Spence. Will Keith Thurman consider a guy like Jeff Horn? Will Jeff Horn consider a guy like Keith Thurman coming back? They both had words, and I think that's a good fight. I think Al can pay Jeff Horn $2 million for unification bout, and the unification bout trumps a mandatory bout that will be Terrence Crawford. I think they can accommodate Jeff Horn for $2 million, and also Keith Thurman make a nice payday of $2 million or a little bit higher. You know, would Keith Thurman take that fight without a tune-up and pick up another belt? Who knows? But all I'm saying is I think Jessie Vargas is a solid fight. I will accept Ray Robinson. He's hungry. He still will probably get beat down. Understand the situation with Keith Thurman's elbow. But all of my definite thing is this. I want him to fight somebody solid in the top 15. I don't want them to find this what-the-hell guy from Kyrgyzstan or Rakistan or Australia or Antarctica, first Antarctica fighter to fight for the world championship belt in America. I don't want none of that, you know. You know, I think this dude, he already beat Luis Collazo, a guy like that. Victor Ortiz, I mean, no, I don't want to see that. But like I said, I think Jessie Vargas, he fits the bill. Still a tough fight, and, you know, maybe too tough a fight for Keith Thurman coming back. But the longer he lays off, and the longer it takes him to get his elbow right, I'm saying this: by the middle of the year, we get to June, July, you know, June and July, my latest, and this guy still ain't fought, or a fighter fell through, and he still ain't competed. I think it's time to strip Keith Thurman of those belts and have him work his way back up, and then when he's healthy and ready, he can get a shot at those belts and be a champion or be somebody in waiting to get his belts back. You know, he's holding up the division. He's holding up Crawford or Earl Spence. He's holding up everything. But I like to see him fight, you know, Jessie Vargas, Jeff Horn, or Ray Robinson. I think it's 3 more possibilities, more Ray Robinson than the other 2. But like I said, this dude is really trying to milk this situation, and I'm getting tired of it because ain't nothing been said about this dude coming back no time soon. So maybe by the time I drop this video, it'll be something said, but I doubt it. Let me know what y'all think.